Good afternoon, good morning, and good night, wherever you're watching this from, anywhere around the world. Let us know where you're watching from, what city, whether you've said it before in the stream before or not. Go ahead, let us know where you're watching from so everybody else, new watchers, new viewers, can see where you're tuning in from. Let me know if the audio, visual, everything's okay. Give me your favorite emoji. Put in your top 3 holdings in your crypto portfolio, the largest percentages, not the value. Let us know what's going on in your portfolio. Maybe you're holding something that we haven't taken a look at. So my name is Kelly Kellum. Welcome to the BitLab Academy daily live stream. We do this every day, Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please, easiest thing you can do to help support something like this. You know, we put a lot of time into putting out these streams, not only me, but everybody that is a streamer. So please hit that like button. It's the easiest way you can help. Hit that subscribe button. Ding that bell so you get notified when we go live. And again, my name is Kelly Kellum. You can find me at that Twitter handle right there. And I post a lot of great stuff there, so definitely check it out. And if you're watching on any of our other streaming platforms like Hit Network, where we have, if you haven't checked it out, you got to check it out. 24/7 stream running all the time. So definitely check out Hit Network. If you're watching from there, make sure you come and check out all these socials that are right here below, and check out bitlabacademy.com. So how's everybody doing today? How you feeling? How are you feeling about what's going on in the market? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Let me know here in the chat. Also, if you're watching on a later time, let us know in the comments. We do try to make every effort to go through all the comments, all the participation that all of you are here watching. We want to see what people are thinking, what they're feeling. So we definitely check that out. So let's make this chat vibing today. And again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that bell. We're going to go ahead and jump right on into it today. Make sure you come over here and you follow the correct Twitter, which is at Academy BitLab on Twitter. Same thing on Instagram, at Academy BitLab. And then, of course, come over here and follow my Twitter. I share a lot of great stuff here, and I reference some of the tweets that I have on stream regularly. So what is going on today? Well, we've got some news that may be coming out from Mr. Gary Gensler himself and the SEC. So, of course, the thumbnail and the title of this is the SEC going to crush the markets? Well, in this case, I'm talking most specifically about the crypto markets. Of course, we've got a lot of bearish headwinds that we're still facing right now, a lot of questionability about what's going on in the markets. So we need to be aware of what's happening with the technical analysis on the charts, of course. But when we have a very sort of there's not a lot of momentum behind the bulls right now, so we really need to pay attention to in times like this, and that's kind of what this stream is really about. It's not specifically about the news today, which we will talk about, but it's a concept. It's a strategy of how we deal with what's going on in the charts, weighing that against what's happening on on news media and what's happening on that broader context. Because if we're seeing weak momentum in the bulls or in the bears, either direction, the news may have a different impact than if we have a very strong trend. And we do not have a very strong trend right now. Have we had a bullish impulse? Absolutely. Am I still waiting for that bearish pullback to get that bullish confirmation? Yes, absolutely. Waiting for that price to pull down, really confirm that downtrend of resistance that I've been talking about on every stream. I do want to also shout out, I'm going to pull this up really quick right here. Go ahead and mute that. I do want to shout out that you come over here if you haven't yet. If you're watching on any other platforms, check out BitLab Academy YouTube page, which is youtube.com/@BitLab Academy. And come over here, check out the playlist. We got a lot of great content here, especially for beginners, or if you just want to reference back Pro Trading View Guide, how you see profitable trade setups, finding the next crypto gem. I've got a bunch of stuff on here you can definitely check out. But also, of course, come over here and you can check out the live playlist. A lot of the stuff early on, they're long streams, but these are meant to be evergreen. I was looking at the charts of what was happening those days, but what I'm really talking about in that is how we can pull concepts from those charts. So with that being said, the last thing that I want to share with you is making sure that you're all aware that we have a lot of great stuff coming right now to BitLab Academy this month. We got a ton. You don't understand how much work we put into filming all new content. We're not repurposing the old stuff. It's all new content. We're still going to have a legacy area, the BitLab 1.0. You can still, you'll still be able to check those things out. But The new BitLab will have a new website. It's going to have a new course flow, new lesson structure, over 200 new lessons. We're going to be starting to roll them out this month, and they're going to be more courses and lessons coming out every couple weeks for at least a year plus. So there's a lot of stuff coming out. So definitely check this out. Sign into this newsletter here. Sign up for it. You will be entered to win 1 free month of courses and 1 free month of indicators. So now that we got that out of the way, how is everybody feeling? You all, there's a lot of really active chat today. I really like to see that. We got a lot of regulars in here. We got Crimson Caravan Company. We got Alex Green, Taylor Brown, Alexandra G. What's up? We've got, is Matt C in here? I don't know. He's usually in here. If he's not, we're going to have to go and break his legs. Just joking there, of course. Mr. Justin Eubanks. We got so many people in here. So shout out to everybody. Mike Volomar. All right. So the question of the day is, what is this news about? People that are holding a lot of XRP, they want to believe it has to do with the XRP settlement, XRP case with the SEC. Is it going to be that? Is it going to be the Kraken case where there's a settlement with Kraken and some of the stuff that's been happening there? Is it going to be the what was discussed from Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase? Is it going to be more about potentially the SEC banning staking? On the ETH platform, and I believe it's on other platforms as well, but that will obviously most heavily affect ETH because it is the largest ecosystem. What is this press release going to be? What is this press conference going to be about? Well, the market, as I said, if we jump onto these charts and we jump into the screen here, the markets, as we said, are not showing a very strong uptrend right now. If we come back out, let's come out to the 4-hour. We see we pushed past this downtrend resistance, but now look at this EMA ribbon. We are collapsing into it deeper and deeper each time, and what's happening is this EMA ribbon is starting to shrink, meaning the width of it, how wide this EMA ribbon is starting to compress. And what does that mean? What does it mean when you look at an EMA ribbon and you see it starting to expand or compress? When you see it expanding, that's related to when you're having strong momentum because you're moving away from the slower moving, longer term moving averages, and the shorter term moving averages move more quickly with it. So the EMA ribbon is expanding, and therefore, when the inverse of that is also true. When we see lack of momentum, these longer term moving averages, which is what an EMA ribbon is, it's a band of many different exponential moving averages. And so what we can see here, when we see this starting to compress, we're seeing this is a direct reflection of a loss of momentum. So if you're wondering, am I in a rounding top? Well, pull up an EMA ribbon, pull up the BitLab Market Intelligence indicator that's part of the BitLab trading stack. If you see this expanding, getting wider, that means you're getting increased momentum. If you see it compressing, that means you're getting less momentum. And it's evident also in what? The best indicator on the market, the price action, seeing the price action, having these strong moves to the upside, and then smaller and smaller moves, finding rejection each time. And now this time, this move did not even reach the high of this level. We got bearish divergences there. We got 3 bearish divergences here. I'm going to go like this so we can see it all. So, RSI, stochastics, and money flow index. And now we're breaking down. And now look at this. We've already broken through the support of the longest time period band here on the EMA ribbon, and we're finding less support here. We tried to push up, push right into this golden pocket, as we can see right here, and got rejected down. So this is showing a lot of weakness, Now, I do want to call out, I did not start with my own thing that I tell you guys every day, macro, midterm, micro, and that's only because there's only so many times in each stream, and we've been looking at this every day for the last week and a half, so we know we're in this macro downtrend, but coming down here to the 4-hour, this is what we're interested in right now. Where is the price going from here? And of course, let's go ahead and go off of Bitcoin for a second. Let's look at Ethereum, because this is going to be, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP today, because these are the most sort of considered assets that will be affected today most directly, depending on what that press conference is. Now look at this EMA ribbon. Expanded bullishly, contracted, now flipped bearish, just flipped, the EMA ribbon flipped all the way over. Now find resistance, push through it, break through it. There's no conviction here. There's no trend defined here. So if there's no trend defined here, then we're seeing weakness. And if we had a bullish impulse followed by weakness, then that means that the bullish, that means the bears kind of are in favor here because the bulls have lost steam. And so the longer this endures, the less momentum and strength the bulls will carry because there's going to be fewer of them. And we're also going to look at some metrics today that show that there are some leading indicators that are showing that weakness is actually entering the market. And that is further confirmation that a bullish impulse from here, while it very well could happen, is less likely because we're getting that weak momentum and we're getting these leading indicators showing that strength is coming out of the market. Now, I just want to point out here, if you're seeing this, look at how perfectly these divergences are called on the tops or near tops of almost every move here. This is a BitLab market intelligence indicator, which you can find more information on. Find more information here over at bitlabacademy.com. Come over here to indicators. And just so you guys know, when we start rolling out these updates are coming out within this month, okay? And as the updates go out, the prices on the BitLab Academy courses will be going up. So I want you to know that. But everybody that's a member before the prices go up will be grandfathered in. The current prices that they are right now, you will be able to keep those for the lifetime of your membership. So it's really good incentive to get in now before those prices go up. And then, of course, we have the indicators here, which you can get as well. And if you use Relaunch 15, you can get an additional 15% off the Academy courses and the indicator. So head over to BitLab if you haven't yet. Get in there, get involved. We've got an incredible Discord. Our entire BitLab Academy courses and the Discord cost less than most premium Discords just by themselves. So you get access to the full Discord, and you get access to all these incredible courses that we put together, broken down every single different concept and individual lessons and trading strategies. So get over there, check it out, get into BitLab, use this code at checkout, relaunch 15 for an additional 15% off. But what we're talking about here is we're seeing a lot of choppiness to the upside, downside. We're getting a little bit of a bullish divergence right here. This is RSI, I know because it says R. I just like to put it on shorthand so it doesn't take up as much of the screen, as you can see right there with these flags. Now coming out here, we're seeing, look at this on the relative extrema. Look how far outside of the wave we are here. This is showing, this would be akin to something like Market Cipher showing red dots or a blood diamond, because we're seeing a huge sort of excess to the upside here. It's way out of context with the strength of the market, and the price is likely either going to go flat or roll over and actually pull back. Same thing is true when this is way far to the downside. If we put a mark here, option V, we'll put another one here, option V. Let's look at what happened in the charts on each one of these instances. So option V, this was trying to break down. This helped support. Now, this was also following a overheated market we could see right here in the red wave. But right here, look at this. This is way out of context. If we come down, I'm actually going to make this a little bit more aggressive. Okay, come on, we can do it. There we go. So I have different settings on my BitLab trading stack, so I can do a very clean chart or way more aggressive. And we can see right here on this more aggressive stance, we're finding resistance on the EMA ribbon. In addition to finding resistance on the EMA ribbon, we also have a RSI and stochastic, I believe this RSI and stochastic divergence. Let's see, boom, 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 beep, boom, boom. Come on. There we go. Market, there we go. RSI and stochastic bearish divergence pushing into the wave. In addition to that, we have the volumes coming down here. We're not getting a bearish divergence yet, but we're also seeing this huge push up on the upside, which is akin to having like a red dot on Market Cipher or any other indicators like that. Similarly, we can see right here with this push to the downside, this was the local bottom and it shot to the upside. So we're seeing weakness. We're under the EMA ribbon. So this is the context of what we're looking at right now on Ethereum. And also we just looked at Bitcoin. So let's also, I'm going to come out of this. I'm going to press Option. If you're on PC, every time I say Option, think Alt. I'm going to press Option, click on the chart. It's going to bring up my multi-screen here. Now I'm going to click on this, press Option, Enter, brings it up full screen. Now we're going to do XRP. We're going to look at what's going on with XRP. Then we're going to talk about the news and how this can affect what's going on here. Now, I have not mapped this out yet, so we can do this together. Alrighty, so we're going to do more locally. We're not going to do the entire map. We're going to do option J here at this local top that gives us a horizontal ray. We're going to do option J right here. We're going to do it all the way over here because this had price interaction there, all the way over here. Now we're also going to do it right here, option J. Now what I want to do is I want to take an option F, which is a Fibonacci, from this top to this bottom, as we can see right here, because this is the low on this move. Now I'm going to double click on the screen to hide those other indicators. And we can see we didn't even have the strength on the XRP to make it up to this golden pocket on this move. Now, if we take this move from this level right here, from the most recent breakdown, we can see this did push right into this golden pocket. So I want to point out something to you all really quickly. Alrighty. I want to point something out to you. Part of the art of technical analysis is being able to be curious and experiment with where trend lines are going, with where you're doing your fibs from or to, what high, what low you're using, and try to find something that has the most confluence with what's happening in price. In this case, I saw that this golden pocket on this move came nowhere near it. So I said, okay, well, let's try it from this level. And what we can see here is this also has perfect confluence with this previous lows right here. So this looks like it's more likely to give us the strong signal right here. And I'm back on the charts, and we can see right here that this was the previous low, a lot of previous lows, and this is a good spot for if this was breaking down, if you did take a long, to either take some profits or take a short position because this is a likely reversal point. And this is exactly what's happened. We're seeing some weakness here on the EMA ribbon. So let's come down to the 4 hour. Let's come down to the 4 hour, boom, 4 hour, there we go. And what we want to see here, we're going to take it from this level, option F, do a Fibonacci from this level, and look at this. This broke down and pushed right up, tried to break through the golden pocket, got rejected before the 786. And so this is showing a lot of weakness. Now, this could be a W formation, but we're not seeing any clear indications of strength come in. Now, because look at this. We have a bearish, this is a H, which is a hidden, H and R are regular and hidden, but either way, they're bearish divs on the top is to the downside. Bullish divs on the bottom are for upside pressure. We have bearish div right here on the volume right as we entered the golden pocket. We came back down right here. Look at this. We're getting choppiness, blue. Now we're back into red. And so I'm still thinking that there's more room to the downside here. But there is a caveat to consider here. There is a caveat to consider here. When we're looking at this TA on all these different charts that we're utilizing, when we're looking at all the stuff that we've mapped out, we have our support lines, we have our fibs, we have our trend lines, we have everything, the EMA ribbons, moving averages. You might think that you have it mapped perfectly. You might think you have the best strategy in mind. But if you have narrow focus and you have a poor ability to adapt, then news can wreck you. Because if you're trading for a long and we get, black swan event, or we get just big news, whether it's a press conference from Gary Gensler, whether Biden chooses to speak on any microphone, whatever it is, it doesn't matter, because the markets are not a friendly. They're not a friendly space. The markets are going to do what they're going to do, and people are going to trade more on fear than on hype. Even when we get to market cycle tops. Even when we get, if I zoom out on this and come to the 3-day, even when we get to this level right here where we're pushing up to $1.70, people are trading on fear right here. They're not trading on hope. These people that are buying market cycle hype, they're buying hype at the very top. They're not looking at data. What they're doing is they're fearing missing out. That is what FOMO is, fear of missing out. So this is fueled by fear, and people, basically you get a lot of weak hands buying, and then because they're already predestined to trade on fear, any sort of downward price action they sell, and we get a lot of weak hands selling, and because smart money isn't buying at these levels, the price breaks down. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're trying to look at what's happening in the market. I'm going to double click. We're trying to look at what's happening in the market, what our options, what our strategies are, and if we are believing right now, I'm going to move this over just a little bit. I'm actually going to come all the way down to there. Did not see that candle wick. That's on the 3-day, of course. This obviously we can see is rolling over with momentum. Okay, so this is rounding momentum to the upside. We're getting kind of like a shooting star, spinning top, bullish and bearish engulfing candle, bullish harami. Now we're getting almost like an inverted. It's not an inverted hammer. It's almost a shooting star, but not quite. But either way, we're seeing the momentum rolling over. So we need to, if we're very bullish, have our plan in place about where the upside targets are. But then in addition to that, if we know that there's a lot of speculation coming into the market today because of the news, the scheduled press conference and all the speculation around it, we have to be prepared. I'm going to go ahead and hide this. We have to be prepared for the market to do this. You know, it's almost like a heartbeat where, you know, price could be going down, and then we get the press conference, or just before the press conference, we could get a sell-off. Just before the press conference, we could get a sell-off, and then right after the press conference, have it rocket to the upside, and then come back to the mean. Come back to this middle line, I can't draw straight, can I? Come back to this middle line right here, or somewhere near it. So I don't want you to be fearful and sell out of fear. And then when the market starts going up, buy out of fear. And then when it comes down, sell out of fear. This is how people get eaten alive in this market. So we have a big press conference today. Nobody knows what the truth about what the topic's going to be. If anybody does have any sort of idea, let me know. Let me know if all the audio and everything's good. Just because I'm not seeing much going on in chat, so I just want to make sure everything's going good. I want you to have your plan in place. If you have a downside target, well, in reality, you should have taken it here because this was the golden pocket. If we come back down to the 4-hour, and this is on XRP, okay, boom. So right here, what we need to do is if you're looking for downside targets, I wouldn't short from here because we've already missed the top of this move, and this is very undefined right now with the potential W shape that we have right here. I'm going to come over here, come down to path. We have a W shape right here, which is a potential double bottom. Now, the caveat with that is this is a lower bottom. These have less of a, these have less of regularity of breaking out to the upside when we get a double bottom or this W shape with a lower low here. In addition to that, we are sitting here, we're fighting to even keep above the EMA ribbon. So for this, I would be waiting for finding where it pushes down to, and then look for a swing trade on that bounce, or look for basically look at the grander context of what's happening, what the news actually was, and then decide if you want to play it to the downside or to the upside. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually look over here onto my favorite news site, and I hope all of you use this. This is such a great site. It's called newsnow.com, and you'll have all these options. I use it for everything because it aggregates news from everywhere. And you can come over here, if you click crypto, it'll bring up an ad for something that you don't need, and then ignore the ad, continue on, and you can see over here it has just general crypto news, and you can see it pulls from everywhere: CoinGabe, Daily Coin, Coin Edition, Bitcoin Eth, Be in Crypto, FX Street, Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance, NASDAQ. It pulls news from Cointelegraph, anywhere you can think of that has relevant crypto news that's regularly read by our community. You can find it here. And what I like about this is it aggregates it and shows the most read content, as well as some of the content that I think we have a B in here. Boom.
Welcome to BitLab Academy. My name is BitLab. That didn't work. That didn't work. That intro didn't work. I don't know what I'm going to do. Hey, everybody. Are you streaming from your phone?
Yeah.
Dude, Kelly knows how to make the best. Have you ever seen the Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy episode with like the Jack and the Beanstalk where they all split one green bean?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're doing with the resources. I love it.
We're doing it, man.
Meanwhile, I'm in a Gucci jacket.
Got a nice setup here. And thank you to Ben for having us, helping us do this so we can bring you all the news you need and the data to trade consistently profitable.
Yeah, I didn't really come to add anything. I just came to show up and say hello because I just happened to be here. And I heard you recording, and so I thought I'd stop by. Kelly, you're doing a great job. Amazing job on the BitLab Academy. This is going to be, bar none, the best academy in crypto, the go-to. I've been having a lot of conversations about using my book to educate a lot of people, whether it's politicians or schools or whatever the case may be. And this right here, BitLab Academy, is going to go hand in hand with that. We just got to figure out a way to get it accredited. Absolutely, where you can graduate and have like a certification.
Yeah, so one of the things that
this ain't no DeVry.
No. So one of the things we want to do is we want to make it available to everybody to use, whether or not you want to be certified. But there's a certification track. So whether you just want to learn how to read charts or you want to go through the entire process of being accredited, either way, both is going to be. And we have all these updates, as I told you, rolling out this month. We got the price going up. So everybody that gets in now before it go up, you get grandfathered in at these lower prices. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, Kelly, also, I know we're kind of in tight quarters here. Like, you're talking to the microphone. I'm standing right here. I feel the violation of personal space. And I feel like you don't feel it. And that's amazing to me.
I don't feel it whatsoever.
Yeah, I love that. Hey, let's go through some axes.
Are we doing it today?
Today or tomorrow.
I need you. I need you to come, and we have to film another lesson with you for the BitLab Academy. Whether I message. Okay, we'll talk about it. Everybody, shout out for Ben, Mr. BitBoy himself, grandfather, father of all crypto things here at BitBoy Crypto. Really he's doing such a good job of incubating so many talented people, trying to bring the best information and just the best data and a service of sharing experience so other people don't make the mistakes that we made early on. So shout back out to everybody in chat. How's everybody doing? I was not expecting Ben to walk in here, so kind of threw me for a loop, but all right, everybody, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that bell. Shout out for BitBoy Crypto. Thank you guys, and thank you BitBoy for giving me the reins here to run BitLab Academy. Not only the live stream, but also the director of the academy, building out all the courses. So I'm really excited to share all that stuff with you because it's a lot more focused. This live stream is meant to kind of encompass what's happening on the daily each day, but also teach lessons, whereas the BitLab Academy is more specifically focused lesson for lesson, broken down into 5 to 8 minute lessons. So it's really nice to be able to have both sort of platforms to do that on. So shout out to everybody here. And shout out to Matt C. I see you in the house now. So let's get back to it. All right, shall we? All righty. Again, hit that like button. Follow, head over to BitLab Academy, and let's do this. Sorry, I got thrown for a loop there. So I want you to check out newsnow.com because this gives you a great aggregation place of getting a general sense of what's happening in the market. And when we look today, I've already pulled a couple stories. You can come over here to Bitcoin or XRP or Ethereum. You can get the top stories, latest news, or the most read. And in addition to all this, you can have the ability of just scrolling through the headlines. You can scroll through. Is it generally FUD? Is it generally data? Is it hope? Is it fear? Is it actually new fundamental developments? You get all that just by scrolling through here. And then you can go through and click through what the different articles you want to read. So, of course, today we are wondering what's going on here with the Gary Gensler news that's coming out today with the press conference. And we saw that, Brian Armstrong, right here. We're hearing rumors that the SEC would like to get rid of crypto staking in the U.S. for retail customers. That's you. They want to prevent you from being able to better your life financially. They want to prevent you. If they really cared about regulation, there's a hell of a lot of other things and a hell of a lot of other ways that they could go about doing this. Preventing retail investors and traders from being able to stake is just an absolute crock of beep. But this is a family show. I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying. So this is one of the speculations here. In addition to that, we also have XRP lawyer discloses U.S. SEC all-out war plan on crypto. And so this goes hand in hand of what we were talking about with Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, talking about what's happening with the potential ban on staking. But then in addition to that, all of the briefs are in for XRP. All the data that needs to be in is in the judge's hands, and everybody's essentially waiting on, I have to pause here because this is my favorite name in all chats that I've seen anywhere, and I just saw it again. Shout out to Brokoshi No Dinero, best name in the markets. Love it, man. Shout out to you. Thanks for being here. And again, everybody, somebody said in here, yeah, we got over about 300 people in here and only 50 something likes. So hit that like button. It's an easy service you can do. Hit that dislike if you don't like me. It's all good. But engagement is what drives these things on YouTube, and it's what helps me pay my rent. And as you all know, maybe some of you don't, I did have $30,000 stolen from my Coinbase account 2 days ago. So every engagement here, hit the like button and show of solidarity and support for how it just sucks, but it's okay. I'm here with you. We're gonna work our way out of it. We're gonna get into these charts. So the XRP case very well could be decided at any given time. There's some speculation that it could be later in this year, sometime in the middle of summer, but there's no real timeline as to when it has to happen. Okay, so when we get the news today, or the rumors about what's going on with the press conference from Gary Gensler, everybody holding XRP wants it to be an XRP declaration of a settlement or some sort of resolution on that case, because it has been going on for years now. And to be very honest, I think only now is the price around where it kind of should be, but it stayed around this price for a long time. And I only say that because the rest of the market has collapsed down and had a incredibly bear market. So there's a huge amount of potential in XRP if this case gets resolved, especially this year. Is it going to be today? I'm leaning more on the side of it probably being an announcement about Ethereum, and I don't know where it's at here because I had so many different tabs open. But there was another speculation about essentially. Let me come over here. There's another speculation about Kraken. Let's see. There we go. So there's speculation that today's press conference could also be about the SEC coming down on them over the sale of unregistered securities. But in reality, let's just be honest. This makes me so mad. This pisses me off so much that the entire community was calling for some sort of guidelines, even reaching out to the SEC, the CFTC, the government, political heads, whether it be local, state legislature. People have been asking for some guidelines, even asking if and there was just complete nonchalant, we don't know this. And now that they're seeing it has all this money, they're saying, well, this is a security. Well, we asked you about this years ago. So this really pisses me off. And this kind of just shows the frustrating sort of nature that the market is in right now, because we need regulation. We need healthy regulation that supports and empowers the crypto ecosystem, especially if we think about where the world is right now with everything going on geopolitically, with the potential collapse. I don't think it's going to happen in the next 5 years, but I don't want to say collapse. So the potential sort of drawdown of the strength of the U.S. dollar as it relates to being a world reserve currency, and now we have a lot of people have said the next world war is actually going to be a digital war and cyber war, which we very likely are already a part of. It has to do with trade wars. It has to do with what's going on with where the power, what currency is holding power, because that puts pressure on other nations. Every conference that Gary Gensler has these days has a direct impact, a direct effect on what's happening with the rest of the world economies, okay? And so right now we have something incredible. We have something beautiful in Bitcoin. We have something incredible and beautiful in Ethereum and smart contracts and Cardano and the crypto ecosystem as a whole. The large majority of the crypto, I will say, the large majority over the next 20 years, let's just say there's 25,000 crypto that are out there right now, different crypto assets and protocols. I would argue in the next 15 years, 20 years, maybe 150, and that's very, very generous. Maybe 150 out of the 25,000 will still be around and trucking along in 20 years. It's probably going to be more like somewhere in the neighborhood of 75 to 100 out of 25,000. And so this is a nascent ecosystem. This is the next revolution. We are in the midst of the technological revolution, of course, started in sometime, probably I would argue, really started in the 50s, but really didn't kick off until the 80s and 90s. And so where we're at now with this digital multiverse that we live in. And now don't think about metaverse, sandbox, all that. Think about the fact of, in the last 10, 15 years, basically since the iPhone and how the laptop technology has developed so much. And our worlds have become so digital. We have been living in the metaverse for the last 20 years, especially in the last 10 years. If you walk out of your house, you don't have your phone on you, you feel like half your body is gone because the half of our life is lived in the digital sphere, is in the digital sector. And so now we have these digital blockchains. We have blockchains, Bitcoin, crypto. We have the potential for something truly magical to happen within the world culture. And if the U.S. slow plays regulation and bans doesn't empower the development and encourage and incubate some of this technology here, then we are absolutely going to be left behind. So today, I'm very interested. I don't think today's press conference is going to be some sort of massive sort of. I don't think it's going to be some sort of massive news that's going to absolutely shake the markets, but I think there's going to be a lot of speculation going into the move. Let's come back out here. Let's go back over to Bitcoin. But everything is looking, if we're looking at it just by the technical analysis alone, we can see that this is a bearish structure. This is rolling over, collapsing through the EMA ribbon. As I said, we have a bearish divergence on volume right here. So this tried to push up, and even here broke down, and we're getting bearish divergence of volume right here. Money's coming out. But what I want to show you is this. If we come over here, we're going to start with Bitcoin. If we look at the on-chain data is not meant to be used to find day trades to trade throughout the day. On-chain data is incredibly useful as a leading indicator because, excuse me, I got the hiccups, because it gives you insight as to the behavior of core different participants in the market. People, whether they have 0.01 Bitcoin, whether they have 1 Bitcoin, whether they have 100 Bitcoin or 1,000, and the behavior of these different cohorts of market participants can give you insight as to where the pressure in the market is going to be. So if we look right here, I'm actually going to zoom in just a little bit. There we go. We can see that the 0.01 address balance, basically the number of addresses with the balance of greater than 0.01. So it has been increasing throughout this entire downtrend, starting to roll over here. Okay, this is not going to create a lot of pressure on the market. So let's flip this. Let's go all the way down here to the 10,000 mark. And what I want you to notice here, this is incredible. You see this breakdown here when we went from 3,500 and the world economic shutdown in March of 2020. We pushed up to $64,000, and people, even myself, forgot to look at the data. We got to look at the data, because if we saw this, if we really were paying attention, smart money, people with 10,000 Bitcoin, not $10,000, people with 10,000 Bitcoin have an idea what they're doing with money, because how did they get the money to buy 10,000 Bitcoin? They're either people that have been in the Bitcoin market since early on, and they needed very little capital to acquire that 10,000 Bitcoin, or they acquired a lot of money in other aspects of their life and are smart investors and see Bitcoin as an investment, a good investment decision, and so they've invested. But what we're seeing right here, look at this. Right as we get up to look at this, previous all-time high. What happens right at previous all-time high? We can see all the addresses, the number of addresses with 10,000 Bitcoin is reducing dramatically into this strength. Well, what is that telling you? That means these people are taking the smart money. Once we get back above previous all-time high, this is a very strong bull market. So they're taking profits into the strength of the bull trend. I'm going to say that slowly again one more time. Taking smart money takes profits into the strength of this bull trend. And as these people sold, what happens? These people are all these participants are selling into weaker hands, into those short-term holders, into those people with very small accounts. unfortunately, many of us are categorized as dumb money because we trade without using our sense. We trade with our feeling and with our fear and with our emotion. We're not trading looking at the data. And looking at the data here, if we just mimic what's happening with large smart money, we can see, oh, maybe I should be taking profits because the big money is taking their weight out of the market. Therefore, this is indicating less conviction in a bull trend. Okay, we can also see this over here. If we come over to the addresses with greater than 1,000, so this is basically 1,000 to 10,000. Similarly, and we can zoom in here. Similarly, they were still riding it up. These people were a bit more aggressive. But if you did not take profits here just from the 10K above 10K holders, 10,000 Bitcoin, then the next thing we're looking at is this above 1,000 Bitcoin holders, and we see them taking out right. You see how much momentum we have here, and what I mean by momentum, you can see how long this uptick is. And this uptick is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So the momentum is shrinking, shrinking, shrinking. And this is right at this peak. This is right where this cohort starts dropping down. Now, what are we seeing over here? Let's look more locally. Where are we at right now? We want this to be a bullish trend. We want it to go up, right? Well, I don't care what you want, and the market doesn't care what I want. And I don't mean that to be rude. I'm saying that as a trader, what I care about is the data. What is the data saying? Okay, so addresses with a balance of over 1,000 Bitcoin, they're not accumulating yet. So this is weaker hand retail fueling this bullish impulse right here. So if this is weaker hand fueling this pump right here, does this give it a lot of strength right here at these levels? Barring some other very bullish news that comes in, this indicates to me that this is a weak level right here because we haven't broken past this high right here. We're finding resistance below it, and we're still seeing Bitcoin addresses with over 1,000 Bitcoin still selling at this level. Now let's come here to the 10,000. Let's see what that shows. That did show that they believed right here that this could have been a floor. So they started buying into this. Well, then we get the FTX collapse right here, and then people go, okay, maybe this wasn't the floor. Let's take some off the table here. They capitulate a little bit, and we're getting a little bit of an uptick here, but nothing to write home about because this is not coupled also with the 1,000 Bitcoin holder or 1,000 to 10,000. Or let's look at what's happening with the okay. So over 100 Bitcoin, these people started fueling the pressure in this market because they've been accumulating into this. So this is a sign that there is some smart money involved, but the big money, the 1,000 to 10,000 and the 10,000, they're not showing a lot of conviction at this level. So that's one of the things that's giving me hesitation as to where we're at with what's going on here. Now, if we come back over to where do I want to show? Let's go to the R hodl, which is a 1 week to 1 to 2 year. This is a ratio between all coins that have moved within the week and then all coins that have been held for 1 to 2 years and being sold. It kind of cuts out all the noise that is in from the 5, 7, 10-year holders, only because those people are, they could be lost coins. It could be people that are buying and they're never going to sell. So this is showing you people that are sort of actively participating in a year or two trends, and they are strong hands. But as compared to very weak hands, the short-term holders, then this gives you sort of context. And with this way down here, this is showing that the short-term holders have left the market. The further this goes down, the less short-term holders are in the market, and the stronger this level comes. So we are seeing this accumulation zone that has played out here. Okay, we are seeing this sort of give us, and I'm going to make this a little bit of a less of a simple moving average. This will be daily, but look at what I'm seeing here. So if we look right here, this was pushed down to this accumulation zone, showing that there's a lot of long-term holders in the market. But then all of a sudden, there's a bunch of new buyers coming in right here. So this is good. This can go out as long as the continuation comes to the upside. However, what we're seeing is this gets rejected back down. So there's still capitulation. There's still weak hands at this level. This tried to push back up again, didn't get far, and this there's capitulation happening right here. So we are still in a wonderful accumulation zone, but this impulse move right here, these are all the data metrics that I'm looking at when I'm saying that I'm looking for a little bit of a pullback on this right here, because we're seeing some weakness on the other charts on the market. Now, what I want to show here, now we're looking at Ethereum. You don't only have on-chain data for Bitcoin, you have on-chain data for a number of different coins. You can see right here, just on, Glassnode alone, there's quite a bit of on-chain data that's available on a number of different tokens. And some have more on-chain data available than others, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, have quite a bit of on-chain data available. But what I'm looking at here, this is the exchange net position change. Well, what is this? I just did an entire course on the on-chain data that's going to be released with these updates here in BitLab Academy that helps you understand, basically the flow of coins. Are people moving coins off of exchange, aka taking liquid supply and making it illiquid, meaning that now supply is not being prepared to readily be able to be sold, which is what it is on exchange. That's how it's considered. So if there's a lot of coins that are off of exchange being held, if the dominant sort of cohort of supply that's available in the market is being held in private wallets and cold storage and anything that's not on exchange, that's showing that the psychology that you're reading there is that the coins that are being held off exchange are not being prepared to sold. But what you really want to look at is this metric of when these are coins coming off of exchange. Now the green on the top here, this is coins moving onto exchange. And we can see right here when this flipped back to coins coming off of exchange, this also, look at this. What followed that? Downward price action. There's a lot of people getting prepared to sell, and then a lot of people selling. Now what we can see here, this is just about to flip to the green side again, meaning coins were coming off exchange. That is being reduced dramatically. And now it's looking like the move is going to be pushed back up into a green wave here, which would be coins coming onto exchange. If we see where this is right here, this is right where we had a little pullback and choppiness. If we see right here where this flips from red to green, we get a bit of a bull trap back to the downside. We can see right here where this flips back to green, this does push up, but then it breaks back down. So this is what I'm looking at here with Ethereum, especially this coupled with the news that's coming out today regarding potentially banning staking. This will have, I think more than likely, this will have the effect on the market that the market's going to have a massive sell-off. It's going to find a key level. It's going to push back up. I don't know if it will push back up to even the zero line of where it broke down from, but fairly high, where there's a 618 or the 786, somewhere in this region, maybe all the way to the zero line, and kind of find an equilibrium to see what the psychology of the market is following that ban. And also more than that, it's not just a ban. If it were to come out, because this isn't sure yet, it's also what the wording and the verbiage and how it's being positioned, what is being talked about, what the timeline is. All these things matter to what's happening here. So I'm going to take a break here. I'm going to take a sip of water. How's everybody feeling? How's everybody doing in here? We got about 13 minutes left. We've talked a lot about what's going on with all this. If same thing I do want to say, if the news is XRP, that's going to have if it's a settlement, that will be probably one of the best things that can happen for XRP and will be wonderful for the entire crypto market, because if they settle, then it can't be appealed. If there's actually a judgment against the SEC, or in favor of XRP, then that can still be appealed. That can be drug out for many more months or probably years. But there's going to be the same sort of, whiplash back and forth, because the market is built, whether it knows it or not, the market is built to shake you out. So you either need to have a strategy, or you need to be able to, exactly what Charlie Lee said years ago, HODL, hold on for dear life, hodl. But you need to have a strategy in mind. So any questions you guys might have? Anything that you'd like me to bring up on the charts, any specific coins, We got about 12 minutes left, and I will pull up some charts and I'll do some. We can see what else is going on in the market. I have noticed while I'm waiting to see y'all's your chat messages, I'm going to pull up some other stuff. But please, if this is your first time here, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. We're doing this every day. We're trying to bring content about what's happening in the markets while also bringing lessons about how to deal with and navigate what's happening in the market so you can trade and invest effectively over time so you can be profitable. You know, one of the reasons why I told you all yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that I, was $30,000 was stolen from my Coinbase account. Luckily, one of the things that I do is I manage my portfolio as such that a trading account, and you wouldn't believe, I found so many people, and I'm not somebody that blocks people, but I found so many people to block through the Twitter message that I posted about this. And I was trying to share my experience to help other people not be in the same experience. And I got so many I'm talking just absolute trolls. And I don't do this troll nonsense. I don't do this troll shit, okay? And I don't curse much on stream, but I don't do that. And that's why we have such a positive community here, positive engagement in here. It's all about encouragement and building and learning together. But I blocked a lot of people that just had the stupidest thing to say in response to my tweet trying to help people. But I had $30,000 stolen from my Coinbase account. It wasn't everything I had. It was an amount that I was actively trading, okay? So I had an allocation of coins that I was trading. And am I upset? Absolutely I'm upset. But I also know that once you have the skill of navigating the markets, it doesn't leave. You only can get better. And so because I've been able to do this time and time again, I was completely washed out about 4 or 5 years ago, lost almost $100,000. And, I more than made it back. So losing $30,000, yes, I'm upset. I'm absolutely upset. It sucks. But it just gives me more fuel and fire to sharpen my skills, be a little more cognizant, about all the stuff. Don't be complacent. Take security seriously, and so I'll be okay. I'll be okay. But let's go ahead. I want to look at the graph because the graph was pushing up like mad, and I'm really pissed about this one because this is one I had a pretty significant holding in, and of course, it was February. It was about right. It was about right here where my funds were stolen, and then it rocketed up. So I'm really looking for this to come back. But what we're seeing here, we're on the 4 hour. We're seeing a push up. We saw a pretty steep decline here, and this was trying to rebound, but it did roll over, and we could see this. We could see this rolling over, and it's trying to find support. And we're getting a lot of signal here that may be the case on the relative extrema, because this is to the downside. But let's go ahead and zoom in. Let's actually look at the daily. Look at the daily. Okay, this is very overheated on the daily. Money flow's coming out. Now let's come down. We were at the 4 hour. Let's come down to the 1 hour. Now, this is incredibly bearish on this structure. On this time frame, we could see a bit of a kind of an ugly, not really a trend line, but there's a bit of a confluence there getting rejected. We're compressing through the EMA ribbon here. And if we don't hold this level, then I would be looking for further downside. We did get bearish divergence. Look at that. Perfect signal. Bearish divergence and the extrema. Look at that. Perfect confluence there. Boom. Rejected down. Bearish RSI, bearish hidden volume divergence. Extrema sticking out. Rejected down. Also at a trend line. I think it looks like there's a bit of a trend line here too. Just so you all know, if you want to do trend lines easily without coming over here, you press Option T. And then once you do that, you get a trend line. So we have two trend lines here. Good confluence there with where they're crossing as well. Stronger rejection. We're trying to find some support within this EMA ribbon. We are having this stick out a little bit. So this may find a little bit of a pause here. But what we can do, we can go from this Option F from this bottom, come up to this top right here. And wouldn't you know it, look at that. Isn't it crazy how these golden pockets, look at that retrace, boom, right into the golden pocket. It's finding support also where it's within where this EMA ribbon is. So what I'd be looking for here is another attempt to the upside. And if we can't break through this, then continuation to the downside. So that's what I'm seeing on GRT. Let's see. Let's see. Shout out to Matt Lane. Thank you for saying I teach good. You know what? Some people love me. Some people hate me. It's all good. I'm only here sharing my experience, trying to share the knowledge I have over many years trading in crypto since 2016. And I was, of course, trading traditional assets before that as well. And it's only gotten better since I've been in crypto because there's so many more tools now, especially with, there's just so many more tools now. So I'm happy to share these with you. And shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Ding that bell. Shout out to the community here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for growing with me and sharing your thoughts and experiences with everybody else. So what we're looking at here, I saw somebody said they wanted optimism, so let's do optimism. We've had a lot of movement in optimism lately. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out to the 8 hour. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the tops. Option J for a horizontal ray. Option J. Okay, option J. Now, what we're going to do on this move, we're going to take a Fibonacci from the downside. Option F. Go all the way to the top here. And look at this. We got a 382 right at this level, and we have the golden pocket right at this level here. But what we need to do, what I'd like to see here also is the volume levels. And what we're going to do is double click on this. Right on row size, see how thick this is? This doesn't give good resolution. So if we do 200 or I'll do 250 today, give a lot of resolution. You see how much more resolution that is? So there is a shelf right here. If this does fall down, I do expect on optimism to find some support. I do expect this to continue down though, because this is kind of in no man's land. You see as it relates to volume and as it relates to tops, there's some wicks there, but wicks are not strong. So I'm looking for a pullback down to the $2.32 level. If we lose that level, we do have another shelf here right at the $2.15 level. If we do want to, if there is an aggressive pullback on the markets in general, then I'm looking for a level down here at about $1.70 to $1.75-ish, this level right here. This also is related to where we can see what's going on with the volume profile. Now, one of the things we do have to realize in the same note, let's see if we can do curve. Boom. We're going to touch here. We're going to kind of come up here like this. Now, alrighty. We've got a bit of a parabola starting to form here, but look how small this was, this pennant here, and then we rock it to the upside, and this gets bigger. We rock it to the upside, but then this gets wider, and we're not increasing a momentum, and this is a lower high here, so I am leaning on the side of this breaking down, but if this were to continue, this is kind of hard to. I would say this would probably be more like a descending wedge, very, very ugly descending wedge. Boom, and come there. There's no real structure here. It's kind of a sideways consolidation that's broken down, and we've broken. I'm not going to count this as an established trend line because this is a curved line, but I am either way looking for these levels at $2.32. All right, let's kind of come back. Somebody says we are dumping. Let's cruise back up to, let's go to 24 minute. Yeah, look at this level. We're going to bring a Bitcoin to wrap this out. The last 3 minutes. So we are, let's see. Let's kind of shrink this. So I'm going to hide BitLab Market Intelligence. And what we can see right here is that this is a bit of a descending channel. I can tell. But there's just so much bearish structure in the market right now. Let's go to the daily and look at, okay, we're not overheated on this anymore, but we did have bearish volume. We did have bearish volume preceding this move to the downside. This is, I was looking at this yesterday. This almost looks like a diamond formation at the top, but not, because it was a broadening wedge, but then also kind of collapsed on itself. So either way, that would be sort of a sign of reversal. We're breaking out of this sort of trend line here. I am still looking for this level at minimum of 21,480. Because this is the previous top, and this would be the weakest bullish confirmation I could get if this were to break down and bounce from here. What I really want is for this to actually break down and come down here to the 19.8 to 21,000, 19.8 to like 20,000, 20,300 ish range. But I really want to see this level at least tested. Now, when we zoom out and we actually look at zoom in, I meant to say, and look at the indicators here. This is a BitLab trading stack. We're kind of bouncing on ice right here because we've bounced, big bounce, small bounce, bigger bounce, and we kind of broken through this level. Now, this is very weak here. So even though we're getting a bullish floor sort of signal here on significant movement, I would discount this because of the bearish structure we're in and depending on what comes with the news today. So what I'd be looking for if I was going to take any longs is having a bullish hidden volume, having the floor here, having a bullish divergence, as well as breaking. I would like to break past a previous level because this is such a bearish sort of choppy zone right now. I'm not taking longs at the current level we're at in this price action until we have another push up and a pullback for confirmation. What I'm really looking for is to find my longs with this breaking down further and meeting this level at the 21.4. We can look at another chart as well, just for one more. This is it right here. Yeah, so right here at the 21,600, and it really pays to utilize different charts. That's not what I wanted to do. It really pays to utilize different charts so you can get different looks at what's going on in the market because the trend lines will be slightly different places. So you see, I was looking for that 21 level on the other chart, but the downward trend resistance and support was a little lower. And on this is confluent right here, 21,500, and this previous top. If we were to continue sort of breaking down, this would be a target that I'd be looking at right here at this 21,400 sort of level. So that's what I'm seeing right now. We got a lot of stuff happening in the markets today. Be patient, have a plan. Patience and planning more often than not equals profit. So just keep your head up, keep your eyes in the charts, have your strategies in place for the upside and the downside. Let's see what that Gary Gensler press conference is about. And before you go, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that bell. Make sure that you check out bitlabacademy.com. Check out all the socials we have right there. And again, my name is Kelly Kellum. Thank you so much for being here at the BitLab Academy daily live stream every Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for watching. We're gonna do this again. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being my friend. Just got to keep it playful sometimes, everybody. Adios.